This video is sponsored by ProPokemon.com, the ultimate source for Pokemon trading card game articles. The premium membership will give you access to the best articles on the net and will give you deck lists and concepts that the writers are currently thinking about. So you and your friends will definitely do better when you get the premium membership at ProPokemon.com.
This is Halloween, don't attack me, keep it clean. Episode 64 is not a dream. I keep going, you'll see it on your screen. Giving you some info about the TCG scene. I just made this channel a year ago, and now you're thinking, where the hell did I go? If I don't upload every week, every day like a freak. They just want to hear me speak, but I hate to break it to you guys. I have a busy life, what a surprise. Going to college combined with some work takes the best out of me, but still I try my best to give you the best that I can be. Did you know how many hours it takes to make an episode? I don't think so, you don't even have a clue. I don't make crappy videos, I try to make them perfect for you to view. So it takes a lot of time, and I didn't even mention my rhymes in the intro clip. People like them, so I can't just skip. I'll keep going, I won't ever quit.
What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and I know it's been way too long since I last uploaded a video once again, but yeah, as I mentioned, they will be up when I have the time. Anyway, Boundaries Crossed is almost officially out now, and we have all the scans available on PokeBeach, so in this episode I'll talk about all the most interesting cards. So let us check out the Ultra Rares first. There are a total of 23 Ultra Rares in this set, which is the maximum so far of every black and white set. We have 6 regular EXs and 6 full art EXs as always, but then as an extra we have 3 full art supporters, and of course the Shinies, we have 4 of those, and then 4 new Ace Spec Cards, which I'll talk about in a second. So let us begin with this review. We first have Celebi EX with an HP of 110, and being a grass type, it resembles Shaman EX a lot, so it's a rather weak card that is easily knocked out, and his attack only deals 60 damage, so it isn't actually an attacker, although with a plus power you could knock out a Terrakion, but people won't use it for his attack. It will use it for the ability which lets each of your evolved Pokemon use their attacks of their previous evolutions. At first this might seem really bad or something, but you can actually get a great combination like that. Let us say the Charizard from this set, for example, has pre-evolution Charmeleon, knows the attack Raging Claw, which deals 50 damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. With the combination of Celebi EX, Charizard will be able to deal that attack as well, and that would be 200 damage as a maximum, so I'm sure there are many more combinations like this, so creative players will definitely test out Celebi EX. Next we have Keldeo EX, one of the more hyped EXs from this set. It has a weakness to grass, which is nice since only Shaman EX is being played in certain decks to knock out some stuff that have a grass weakness. Also 170 HP is not bad, and its ability states, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon. This could be really great in combination with Blastoise, because they will catch Wild Blastoise with a retreat cost of 4, and then you can just use Keldeo's ability to put him on the active position and get Blastoise out of there. So it's a really great combination, and I expect, Blastoise actually, for the people that don't know already, has the same ability like Ember, but then for water energy, so I predict a Blastoise Keldeo deck really soon in the upcoming tournament, since it's a logical combo with Secret Sword. Keldeo deals 50 damage plus 20 more for each water energy attached to this Pokemon, and you can just attach water energies multiple times during your turn with Blastoise ability. So yeah, for even 3 water energies you deal 110 damage, which is really nice. I also recommend testing out a Super Scoop Up and Blastoise Keldeo deck, since you can actually heal all the damage out of Keldeo if you're lucky, and reattach the energies you got back from your hand straight away to the Keldeo. You just put them back on the bench, give all the energy straight away with Blastoise ability, and yeah, all the damage is gone, so you can just use the ability from Keldeo to put it back on the active position in just one turn. But you can also go for the energy retrieval method, which is more less risky because yeah, that way you just discard energies or actually get back energies from the discard pile in order to put them on another attacker like another Keldeo EX. But the thing I don't like about this is that you have to knock out your current active Pokemons and stuff like that, so they have to be knocked out in order to get back the energy. So, or you could use Max Potion, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of that in this deck. Anyway, next we have Cresselia EX. This is one that has the ability to heal 10 damage from itself between turns. This Pokemon might seem bad when you first look at it. A psychic weakness and an attack cost of 4 means Mewtwo EX will eat this one alive. But if you can manage to use this attack once, your weakness gets ignored the next turn, so you can actually heal between turns. So if you can manage to set it up, it might just be a great surprise out of nowhere. Next is Landorus EX, and this is one of the more playable EXs from the entire set. A fighting type with 180 HP, a lightning resistance, and an attack that deals 30 damage to an active Pokemon and a bench Pokemon as well. For only 1 energy, it's just a perfect opener to knock out Dynamos, Dinos, and other weak Pokemon like that. The bad thing is, it's water weakness, and with the Keldeo Blastoise deck being overhyped at the moment, we'll don't see if Landorus can survive that long. But if it's not up against water, it's a beast. His second attack deals 80 damage. You may discard all fighting energies if you want, and then you deal 150 damage instead. Enough to knock out an Eviolighted Darkrai EX. The best thing about this card is its opening attack, Hammerhead. With that, you can choose the target from your opponent's bench to knock out later with his second attack, Lance Judgment, because that first 30 damage secures a 2-hit KO with the help of the second attack. And okay, the next one is Black Kyurem EX, a massive dragon Pokemon with 180 HP. Dragon Fang deals 60 damage and a paralyzation side effect depending on the coin flip, which is quite good. And then there's a Freeze Shock, which deals 150 damage for a water, 2 lightning, and a Carlos energies. And this Pokemon can use this attack during your next turn, unless you retreat him and manage to get him back to the active position in 1 turn. Yeah, that could be possible with Switch. I think that Rayquaza EX, with him around, this Pokemon might not seem that great because he'll be in quite some trouble because Rayquaza is just way faster in this format, so I don't think it'll work, but and maybe in another format it'll be really great. Next we have the White Kyurem EX. Also, Dragon Weakness is terrible in this format once again, but this card itself is quite good. You can power it up with Ambor or Blastoise. And his second attack might just 1-hit KO certain EXs because it deals 150 damage and burns the defending Pokemon as well. And you only need to discard 2 fire energies in order to do that. So with some luck on your side, you can 1-hit KO Mewtwo EX, Keldeo EX, and other EXs with 170 HP. Now let's go on to the full art supporters. We have Bianca and Chern, which are both really nice supporters in our format, but you know those already. And then next we have Skyla, which lets you search your deck for any trainer card you want and put it in your hand. This also includes Ace Spec Cards, which I'll talk about in a second. So it's a pretty sweet card, but it'll mess up your random receiver if you use it in a deck that uses random receiver, that is, because it isn't a draw supporter. Alright, now let's go on to the Shinies. As always, they are all reprinted of cards that I already reviewed before. We have Golurk, Terrakion, Altaria, and Xpecia, and Terrakion will definitely be overhyped in my opinion since it's still a big competitor in this current format. And finally, the Ace Spec Cards. This is a new mechanic introduced starting from this set. For those of you that don't know already, Ace Spec Cards are really powerful item cards, and you can only have one of them in your entire deck, so that's why they're so powerful. So we started off with a reprinted card from all the way back to the base set. We have Computer Search. In the past, this card was one of the best cards ever. No wonder it makes its return in the game as an Ace Spec card, and it lets you discard 2 cards from your hand in order to search a deck for any 1 card. So it's really powerful indeed, and it's just an item card, so you can you definitely use the supporter afterwards. Yeah, for those of you that wonder, no, you can't use the old Computer Search in your deck. Even though it has the same exact name, you can't use it because it don't specify as an Ace Spec card on the card itself. So now let's go on to the next one. We have Crystal Edge, which lets White Kyurem EX deal 50 more damage. So in combination with a second attack, you can knock out every Pokemon in the current format. 200 damage for a dragon attack is just perfect. Next is Crystal Wall, which gives Black Kyurem EX an HP of 300. So as I mentioned, these cards are incredibly powerful powerful, so they'll be really hard to pull out of the back, I believe, and that's why they're so good. Next is a gold potion. This is quite simple to explain. It has the effect of 3 potions in one, and that is to heal 90 damage, so I'd like to call this one a triple potion, and that's all for the ultra rares in this set. So the set contains 153 cards if you include the secret rare, so really big set for collectors and players. So now let's finish off this review, and I'll talk about the cards I found most interesting, even though they aren't ultra rares. We start with Vileplume, which has the ability to change the weakness of every Pokemon to ×4, which could be really useful. Next is the Charizard line. I talked about Charizard before. There is also a new Ambor in this set, a new sweet Blastoise line. I talked about it before with the Caldio review. Jellicent with a Troll ability. A new Pikachu for you Pikachu collectors out there. There's also a Wabafat in this set, but it's terrible. However, I did find the need to put it in this episode since it's quite hilarious. Then we have Grumpig with a sweet second attack. Then there's Dusknoir. He has the ability to move damage counters freely on your opponent's side of the field, which is really playable to get multiple knockouts with some manipulation out there. Then there's Toxicroak, which has an attack that resembles the one from Terrakion, Revenge, dealing damage once one of your Pokemon has been knocked out on the previous turn. Then there's a Muno with the long distance hypnosis ability. Then also a deck-eating Swoobat, the Poison Point Scolipede line, Crystal with the sturdy ability, Scizor that prevents damage from EX with his first attack, Flygon with the awesome ability to spread 10 damage on every Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field if he's active between turns. This is also the pre-release card for you guys that are wondering. Then there's a regular black Kyurem and a regular white Kyurem, so those are cards that the Japanese people don't have yet, so we are lucky to have those because they are in the access and quite decent, and because they have 130 HP. And then there's Renegade! With the format changing Super Fang Attack, so this will be a really playable card, I can't say it enough. Then there's Ditto to transform into a basic Pokemon, and being able to evolve straight away after the transformation could be really playable, and Electric decks to prevent being donked. Then we have Stoutland that blocks your opponent's supporters when he's active, so a really nice ability to have. Then there's also Aldino, and this one is special because he can come straightly out of your hand to deal, to heal 10 damage and heal all these special conditions from your active Pokemon. So a healing card that they can use instead of an item, you can search it out, so that's great. Also, we'll be getting some reprinted item cards like Switch, Energy, Surge, Potion, Pokeball, and stuff like that. So they're preparing themselves for a new format starting with this set, but it'll be only taking effect next year or something like that. And then the last 3 cards on my list is Asperida City Gem, which gives all normal Pokemon 20 extra HP, Huge, which states that each player either draws or discards cards from his or her hand until he or she has 5 cards remaining. And then we have finally Town Map, which turns all of your face down prizes upside down for the rest of the game, so this could be useful. And that's it for the cards that I find most interesting from this set. It's a quick review for you guys that don't like to watch long videos. And this year's championship promo cards are the Evolution, so Eevee, Jolteon, and stuff like that. So great cards to collect, and for if you're going to championships, that is, because I really enjoyed doing some tournaments in this year. And the promo cards for the 2-pack blisters from Boundary Cards will be Pikachu and Raichu, and the other 2-pack blister will feature Algem and Beheeyem. And that was a bit of Poke News randomly put in there because that's on the end of the episode. And that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button because you know I always appreciate that. And if you have any questions, new ideas, or thoughts about the new set, you can leave them in the comment section below. And for those of you that haven't subscribed yet, here's a clickable button that does this automatically for you. That way you'll stay updated about all the latest videos I upload. Anyway, this was ZapdosTCG. Thanks for watching, happy Halloween, until next time.